Welcome to Brady Street Stadium.
Here are Thursday night football at the MAC Conference. Muscatine and Davenport Assumption is a pivotal game for both squads. Both teams coming in with a 5-2 record. Assumption with a 5-2 record was one point in this season was 5-0. It looked as if they were the cream of the crop of the MAC Conference. Had a couple injuries, and ever since then, Assumption's had a real hard time scoring any points offensively. Their defense is what carried them early on in the season, led by Tim Kilfoy. Tim had 12 touchdowns in the first 5.5 games of the season. Assumption in the last game and a half has only been able to get 3 points. They did play against a quality team from Pleasant Valley on the road, and a very good team at 6-1 and North Scott, conference leaders. But again, North Scott's at 6-1 and Bettendorf's at 6-1, so both these teams need to stay within one game, and to do that, they're going to have to get a win tonight. It's going to be a tough game for both teams to come away with a victory. Muscatine's got a high-powered offense led by a quarterback, Austin Sink. Austin's got 598 yards passing and 7 touchdowns in those first 7 games. Also has another 420 yards rushing with 8 touchdowns on the ground and also a receiving touchdown on a 19-yard play. And Muscatine's led rushing by Tanner Bowling. He's got 1,127 yards rushing with 12 touchdowns. Leading the way for Assumption Knights is Tim Kilfoy. He's got 12 touchdowns. 6 of those are on interceptions. 5 of those are on interceptions, and 1 more is on a return. He's got 6 touchdowns from the defensive and special team side of the ball. That kickoff's taken around the 14-yard line. As Trey Kulik on the return, he's got some space. He's at the 20-25. Tries to make a tackle, gets out to the 33-yard line. And that's where Mustangs going to get started.
Number 3 got him by the ankle.
Yeah, that was Nick Shebler. Nice play defensively there on that return by the Muscatine. Muscatine, this is where they can thrive defensively. Muscatine tries to pass the ball around the field, and Assumption is really strong against the pass defense. They get a really good pass front. Their pass front gets a nice real rush against that quarterback. See if they can't slow down Austin Sink, and they got Tim Kilfoy deep, who's a monster there in that secondary. He's all around the ball when Mustangs going to try to make a play, and just like that, Tim Kilfoy comes away with the first tackle of the game. It's nice to see Tim Kilfoy healthy. He hasn't had real good luck staying in the field in the last game and a half. Again, he got hurt around halftime against Pleasant Valley, and Assumption's only scored 3 points since then. Now he's on the field and he's healthy. Assumption is going to be without their starting quarterback. Let's see what they can do tonight. Austin Sink gets that one out in the flat. Met in the backfield. Tanner Bowling met in the backfield. There's a flag down. Looks like the ball's loose. Assumption comes away with it, but that's the first turnover. The first turnover goes the way of Assumption. That's a big play for Assumption early on.
Luke Powers on the hit.
If you're Coach Wade King, that's what you wanted early, to get Jake Gervais an opportunity to get some snaps on the other side of the field. And they're going to start at the 33-yard line. Good starting field position for Assumption.
Assumption gets the early turnover. Let's see what they can do with it. They really need to get something going on offense.
1st and 10. Gervais hands off to Mum. He's got some room. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Gonna get all the way down to the 1-yard line. Nice little 32-yard pickup from number 43, Zach Mum, 5'9", 200-pound senior running back. Picks up 32 yards on that first play from scrimmage. So Assumption, first offensive play is already knocking on the door. Get an opportunity to score early. There's a player down. While we got an opportunity, we're going to get some sponsors. Like to get the hair hut of Eldridge. April Russ and her talented staff of hairstylists are waiting to give you the style you want. Call 563-285-4423 to set up your appointment today. Jeff's Car Corner of Davenport, located at 4th and Division Streets in Davenport, and named the Quad Cities Times Reader's Choice winner for Best Used Car Dealership in 2009 and 2010. Jersey Grill and Rookie Sports Bar, both of Davenport. Jersey Grill, where great food, families, and sports come together. And Rookie Sports Bar, winner of numerous Quad Cities Times Reader's Choice Awards, including Best Pizza, numerous flat screen TVs in both locations to catch all the action throughout the World Series and the 2011 college and NFL seasons, and much, much more. As the injured Muskie, Drake Kulik is walked off the field. Kulik had that nice return there on that opening kickoff, but just like that, one play later, Muscatine turns it over and Assumption's knocking on the door. Zach Mumm is in from 1 yard out. And Assumption's got an early 6-0 lead. Big drive early from Assumption.
Well, I don't know if number 43 had been a regular, but they brought him in late in the game against North Scott, and he was breaking off big yardage at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's Zach Mumm. He's the leading rusher for Assumption. On the kick. Snaps off, holds down, and the kick is good. That was number 5, Cole Clements. And with 10:57 to go first quarter, Assumption 7 and the Muscatine Muskies 0. Clements has it teed up for Assumption. Knights up 7-0 on that early turnover. Muscatine with a little with a flat pass out there to Tanner Bowling out there. He turned it over around the 30-yard line, and Assumption got the ball around 33. Big run by Zach Mumm from 32 yards out. Got Assumption to the 1, and then one play later, he got Assumption touchdown, 7-0. That one's returned by the up man. Decent return. They're going to start at the 39. Might see a lot of points tonight.
On the return, Alex Mathis on the stop.
Might see a lot of points from both Muscatine and Assumption. Assumption's going to try to keep pace with this Muscatine offense. They're averaging 38.2 a game for the season. They did take one pretty tough last week to Pleasant Valley, but Pleasant Valley's hotter than anybody in the conference right now with a full complement of all their stars on offense. With Grant Lang back in for Pleasant Valley, they're going to be a team that most teams aren't going to want to see in the playoffs. Here we got a 1st and 10 for Muscatine, 10:52 to go in the first quarter. Austin Sink in a little pistol formation. Tanner Bowling, the deep man. Tyler Lloyd, the favored receiver, to the bottom side of the screen. That one's tipped away. Nice play by Tim Kilfoy again. He's all over the field. So it looks like Tim Kilfoy's healthy. And that's something that's got to be pretty exciting for Coach Wade King and his Assumption coaching staff. Healthy Tim Kilfoy. Assumption might win a couple games or more in the tournament. Let's see if they can't keep things going here defensively. That one's out to Lloyd. He's got some room. Again, Kilfoy with the tackle.
That's the play to number 10, Tyler Lloyd, brought down by Tim Kilfoy.
So this is already a big 3rd and about 5 yards. Going to be at their own 45-yard line.
3rd down and 4.
Sink hands out to Bowling. Has some room up front. He's got a 1st down, and they're across midfield.
Bowling's the ball carrier.
So it was a good drive right back at Assumption after they turned it over on that opening possession. Austin Sink again hands off to Bowling. He's got some room around the end. Picks up about 6 yards on that carry.
Bowling wants to get the ball carrier.
Muscatine really gets the offense going. They're going no huddle. They got twins to the top and bottom side of the screen. Hands off again to Bowling. He's got some room. He's got another 1st down.
Bowling up the middle. Alex Mathis.
They're moving the ball really well here so far in the 2nd possession of the game. Again, they turned it over on that 1st possession. They're driving. They got 9:45 to go in the 1st. Bowling's again got some room. He's going to get another 1st down and then some. He's inside the red zone. He's at the 10, 5, and he's in from 34 yards out. And just like that, Muscatine scores a touchdown right back at Assumption. Might see a lot of points tonight. Early going. We got 9:40 to go. Assumption's ahead 7-6 with the Muscatine on for the extra point. It's in from 34 yards out. Lloyd on for the extra point. On to holes number 6, John Crow. Snaps off, holds down, and the kick is good. With 9:40 to go in the first quarter play, Assumption 7 and Muscatine 7. Seven up. Fisher Harold on to kick for Muscatine. 7-7 is the score. Got Got 9:40 to go in this first quarter. Might see a lot of points. Let's see if Assumption can't hold serve here. Tim Kilfoy is deep. Big return man for Assumption. He's going to get the ball at his own 1. He's going to be able to return it. He gets met at the 20. He's going to fall forward to the 21. And that's where Assumption's going to get started.
Austin Woolman on the stop.
First and 10, balls at the 22, they're calling it. 9:34 to go. See if Jake can't get this Assumption offense going. Scored a touchdown on that first possession. There's a flag down already.
Looks like offsides Burlington.
That was going to go against Muscatine. Burlington's tomorrow night.
I mean, that's what I meant, Muscatine. I'm a day ahead of myself.
Yeah, Thursday night at Brady Street. 7-7 score. Pivotal game for both squads. Both teams coming in at 5-2. Both teams are definitely going to get in the playoffs. No doubt about that. But playing for seeding here and like to get a home game early on in the tournament. Zach Mum with the run. Minimal yardage on that play. Maybe gets a yard.
The ball carrier. Hit by the center of the line.
So far defensively, Kilfoy looks as if he's at 100%. He's been in on every play defensively so far for the Knights. And that's a good thing if you're an Assumption Knight fan. They are without their starting quarterback, Derek Fulton. Hopefully it's not an injury that's going to keep him out any more than just this week as well. He was out last week against North Scott for the last 3 quarters. And see if he can't get healthy and get back on the field. Nice run by Gervais. He's got some room. He's going to get out to midfield and then some, all the way to the 45. Nice little 27-yard pickup by the sophomore Jake Gervais. It's be another Assumption first down. Both teams are moving the ball pretty well so far in this first quarter.
Nice run by Gervais. Found some running room along the sideline and took it upfield.
Yeah, Gervais from Assumption hopefully can get some early confidence here. I think Muscatine's got some holes defensively that Assumption should be able to take advantage of. I think that's another defensive penalty. That's going to go against Muscatine again. Encroachment against the Muskies. Can move them inside the 40. Pretty good start from both squads. You knew this was a pivotal game for both teams, and they're playing like in the early going.
You can really tell that Gervais probably worked with the first team this week because his timing seems to be a lot better than it was. The rhythm seems to be a lot better than it was last week.
Jake hands off to Mum. He's got some room there again. Going to fall forward again for another first down for Assumption.
Kulik on the stop, as well as Fisher Harold. Good enough for a nice first down.
With Derek Fulton, they were more prone to pass in the game, passing the ball around all over the field. They had a really nice connection between him and Kilfoy when Derek Fulton was the quarterback, but now with him out of the game, they've had the ball on the ground in every play so far offensively. The first 6 snaps, all run plays. Just like that, they pass this one out to Kilfoy. He's got his man in the flat. He's inside the 32, going to be stopped right there. Thought he had some space, but Muscatine's defense stopped him in his tracks. Woodburn on the tackle. Going to be a 2nd and 8. We got 7:25 to go in this first quarter. 7-7 the score. Might be the game of the week Thursday night.
Another offsides on Muscatine.
They're having problems on that right side.
Offside against the Muskies.
That's already the third encroachment penalty against Muscatine on this drive. That really helps out Assumption. They had a tough play there on first down. Picked up 5 yards, now it's 2nd and 4 at the 27. 2nd and 4, just under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Jake under center. I formation, Kilfoyle in motion. Hands off to the deep man Mum. Dragging Muskies inside the 25. Gonna fall forward. Fell forward to the 20, but they stopped his progress at about the 22. And that looks like it's gonna be another Assumption Knight first down, and it is.
They didn't really bring him down. The whistle blew, but he easily got another 3 or 4 yards. But he was just carrying people.
And that was the thing. Last year, Mum, he got a lot more carries with more of the bigger part of this offense last season. Assumption's been able to spread the ball around to a lot of different offensive players this season. That would be a false start. It's going to back him up 5 yards. But he still had a real positive season. Last year, he was dragging ball. Defenders seemed like all over the field last year.
Legal procedure against the Knights.
But when he's used, he's definitely effective. You saw that first run of the game. He picked up 32 yards, got it all the way down to the 1, and then he punched it in 1 play later. For Assumption's first touchdown in a game and a half. Only got a field goal last week against North Scott. It looks like Assumption's offense is back firing away. Shotgun formation. Gervais is deep. He's got Clements to the top side of the screen. Finds his man, the tight end, number 89, Eric Lammers, and that's another Assumption at first down. Going to be 1st and goal at the 7. Just a second pass attempt, but that one was a pretty slick pass to Eric Lammers. Found his 6'3", 215-pound senior tight end.
That was a good execution by the quarterback. They had twins right, and they went with the tight end.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pass from the soft. He got 1st and goal, picked up good yardage. I formation, Mum on the carry. Bounces outside. He's going to get in to the end zone, and he's got his 2nd touchdown of this first quarter. 5:41 to go. Assumption gets back ahead at 13-7, which might be a back and forth ball game all night. Looking like it in early going. Pretty good start for week 8.
This could be a real shootout. We got 21 points in the first 6 minutes, 40 seconds.
Clements on, snaps off, holds down, and the kick is good. With 5:41 to go, it's Assumption 14, Muscatine 7. Cole has it teed up at their own 40. Got this one, it's a squib kick. Up man tries to pick it up, gets it on the, picks it up off the carpet. That's number 16, Alex Nada. Gets the ball all to the 35-yard line. There's been 4 possessions so far in the first quarter. The first one opened up with Muscatine having a fumble on their 2nd play of the game, and then their last 3 possessions all been touchdowns. 2 by Assumption, 1 by Muscatine. And they're back on the field with 5:37 to go in the first quarter. They've definitely got an opportunity to score some more points here before the end of the first. Trips to the bottom side of the screen. Back up Crow into the game. He's going to take off with it. Caught from behind. Nice play. Number 29, Trey Anderson.
That was a real nice tackle from behind by Assumption. There goes 25.
Bowling's got that run, picks up a first down across midfield and then some. Neither team having any problems moving the ball against each other's defense.
Gain of 14 and a first down.
They're going to be at the 49. Crow hands off to Bowling. Picks up a few yards.
Alex Mathis on the stop.
Mathis on the tackle. Met him at after a few yards and stopped him there cold. Crow in that pistol formation. Gonna drop back to pass, pitches it to Bowling. Little shuffle pass, picks up about 3 yards, 4 yards. Gonna set up a third and about 2 yards.
The only good thing about that shuffle pass is if it happens to get dropped, it's a pass and not a fumble.
Right. Right around 4 minutes to go in the first. Crow again, hands off to Bowling, gonna fall forward. He's about a half a yard short of the first. See if Muscatine doesn't go for this one. They're just inside the 40, just inside the 40. It's gonna be about a yard, they're calling it. So 4th and 1, gonna be Austin Sink back into the game. He's gonna fall forward for a first down and then some, all the way to the 37.
Muscatine just totally caught Assumption off guard. They were kind of looking around to see who had what position, and Muscatine was gone.
Crow back into the game. Muscatine changing up quarterbacks.
Bowling the ball here. Hit first by Bradley Grothus. Gain of 2 on the play.
In pistol formation. Crow, signal caller this time. Gets rid of, finds Lloyd. He was met behind the line of scrimmage, broke that first tackle. Gonna be real close to another first down.
Tyler Lloyd. Alex Mathis on the stop.
About a half a yard short. Set up a 3rd and 1. Crow hands off to Bowling. He picks up another first down.
Bowling for the first down. Nick Jordan on the stop for the night. 1st and 10, Muscatine from the night 24.
Crow still in the game, 2:36 to go in this first quarter. Finds his man Austin Sink. Gets inside the red zone all the way to the 16-yard line of Assumption.
Austin Sink on the reception. Jordan on the stop.
Bowling's got it. He's got another first down. It's going to be a 1st and goal.
Bowling once again the ball carrier.
This Muscatine offense, they are up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
I think this is about as fast and no huddle as you'll see.
This is a fast break offense. Ball's loose.
Fumble.
Did Assumption come away with another fumble? Big play defensively from Assumption. Muscatine was knocking on the door. Muscatine has their 2nd fumble of this first quarter. Big turnover.
Looks like number 29 came up with the ball.
Yeah, it's number 29, Trey Anderson.
Big stop by Assumption.
That was a big play. Nice hit by Thompson. So Assumption's gonna get started at their own 8-yard line. 1st and 10, up 14-7. I formation. Jake under center. Hands off to Mum. Finds some room up the middle, off tackle. Picks up about 4 yards. So in this first quarter, neither offense really had any problems moving the ball. Just Muscatine's turned it over twice. See if both those turnovers don't end up costing them.
Pickup of 6 on the play.
Minute and a half left in the first quarter. Gervais under center. Ball's loose again. Bradley Grothus does come away with this one. So he can't come up with anything on that fumble. It's going to be about a 3rd and 4. Just under a minute to go, first quarter. Big 3rd down attempt from Assumption. Jake hands off to Mum. He's got some room. Picks up another first down for Assumption.
For the first down tonight. Gain of 6.
Big pickup from Assumption on that play. Picked up about 6 yards. They only needed 3. This will be 1st and 10. They're just outside the 20 at the 22. Now 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. Hands off again. This time to Kilfoy. Came down awkwardly on that ankle.
Kilfoy, the ball carrier.
Gonna get up, he's okay.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Looks like that could be the last play of the first quarter.
That's probably the last play of the first, just like you were saying. After 1 quarter's in the books. Scores the Assumption Knights 14 and Muscatine 7.
End of the first quarter, Assumption 4.
Did he? Second quarter about to get underway. Assumption's got possession to start this second quarter. 14-7 is the advantage. They've got 2 touchdowns from Zach Mumm. 1 touchdown off a turnover from Muscatine, and now they've got to drive after another turnover again from Muscatine. Nothing doing on that second out play. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
The ball carrier.
Muscatine kind of needs to stop here now. Down 14-7. Hate to get down 2 scores, especially with Assumption getting the ball at halftime. See if Coach Wade King can't draw up something here on 3rd down. They got a 3rd and 4 at their own 29-yard line. Drive the starter inside their own 10. Shotgun formation from the Knights. Misdirection play to Kilfoy. Can't get anything going. Loses probably 4 or 5 yards. And Assumption's going to have to punt the ball away.
That was kind of a counter play that Muscatine was ready for.
You know, I got a couple seconds. Get a couple sponsors. North Scott Physical Therapy and Plaza Physical Therapy. Eldridge and Davenport. Stopping to say hello to Kevin Swanson and his staff of fine trainers and physical therapists. Assumption's got to punt it away for the first time tonight. Good punt. Fair catch is called for by Drake Kulik. Muscatine's going to start their own 36. Precision Air of Eldridge, offering you industry-leading service and technology for all of your climate control and air quality needs, and cost-effective and environmentally friendly designs, custom fitted to your property's needs. The business specializes in geothermal systems. Contact Keith or Trish Sheldon at 563-285-9510 to find out more. We got a 1st and 10 for Muscatine. John Crow is back into the game at quarterback. Muscatine turned it over last drive. They had 2 first quarter fumbles. Just down 14-7. Let's see if they can't get things going here offensively. Tyler Lloyd comes up with a reception. About 15 yards. They're going to cross midfield.
Lloyd on the reception. Smith on the tackle. Gain of 14. The first down.
Pass break offense back at it again. Bowling with the carry. Nothing doing on that first down run.
Bowling brought down by Matthew Carlin.
You know, I was about ready to say, I was kind of really surprised that Muscatine really hasn't thrown the ball upfield more than 15, 20 yards, and then they finally did get a playoff like that. But they can put some big yardage up in the air.
Yeah, their main passer is back into the game. The starter, Austin Sink. That one's pitched out. See if Assumption can't stretch it out, and they do. Nice play defensively. That's number 3, Nick Shebler. Fisher held on that end around. Big time play defensively from Nick Shebler. Toss them back all the way to their own 44-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and long. Big play from Shebler and this Assumption Knight defense. They were on the Assumption side of the field, and back-to-back losses. Muscatine's going to get a timeout. Want to get some more sponsors here before we go to break. Quad City Sports Register, your weekly sports newspaper and magazine covering the Quad Cities area, from the preps to the local pro scene and local racing too. Contact Chris Maloney at QC Sports Register at yahoo.com to subscribe today, or 309-749 5773. Valent with Travis Rouse of Eldridge. Valent, an agricultural chemical company supplying soybean and corn herbicides and fungicides for weed control and diseases to the American farmer. Contact Travis at 563-726-1195. Valent, a strong supporter of the Quad City area sports. We got a couple weeks left. What do you think about the playoffs for the area?
I think the MAC is probably going to have 5 teams for sure. Central might slip in, but Bettendorf, North Scott, Pleasant Valley, Muscatine, you know, they're going to be there.
3rd and 17, ball thrown 44. Crow back in at quarterback. Looks like it's a fall. Is that a false start?
Legal procedure against the Muskies.
Procedure penalty against Muscatine. They've been out of sync. Seems like a lot of this first half.
All the ratings are out. All the points are out. You know, you can check them on the high school. But I would say that Pleasant Valley is probably the hottest team in the league right now.
Crow back to pass, goes deep, finds his man Lloyd. He's got a first down and then some. All the way to the 36-yard line. Big time pass completion to Lloyd. Picks up 25 yards and a first down for Muscatine. We thought they were dead and buried there on 3rd and 22. Nice play from Muscatine. They're back rolling now. That fast break offense back onto the field. Crow rolls around in, finds his man Lloyd again. He's got some room. He's got another first down. Breaks inside, picks up big time yardage again all the way to the 12-yard line. Another 24-yard pickup, back-to-back plays. Lloyd's got 49 yards. And Muscatine's offense is back and rolling again. Last drive they turned it over inside the 10. Let's see if they can't punch it in on this drive. Again, their fast break offense is right back to line of scrimmage. Hands off to Bowling. Falls forward for about 3 yards. They're in that pistol offense. It's pretty similar to North Scott, but I don't think North Scott runs it as quickly as Muscatine does. They're up in the to line of scrimmage in a hurry and snapping with less than, they got about more than 15 seconds every time they get a play called. This time they're at 17. They're really getting the offense going. Crow rolls around the end. He's got Sink in the end zone. Can't find him. Gonna be taken down for a sack. Nice play by Eric Lammers. No, it's Trey Anderson. Looked like an 8 from distance. Trey Anderson, nice play defensively.
That was great coverage by Assumption that time. It looked like they had somebody, bird dog in the quarterback, and got to him, made the sack.
8-yard sack. Trey Anderson, nice play.
Shuffle pass.
Yeah, but nothing doing. Gonna fall forward for maybe a yard. So they're set up with either a field goal attempt or a long opportunity at a 4th down. It looks like they're going to bring on the field goal team. Tyler Lloyd, the kicker. Crow, the backup quarterback, on for the hold. So this might, never know, this might be a fake, but they're at the 21. Going to be a 31-yard attempt. Snaps off, the hold's down, and the kick is long enough, and it's good. And with 7:10 to go in this second quarter, scores now Muscatine 10, Assumption Knights 14. Muscatine's ready to kick off. Down now 14-10. They close the gap a little bit. Deep kick by Harold. Going to be fielded by Kilfoy in the end zone, and Assumption's going to get started at their own 20.
1st and 10 Knights from their own 20.
7:09 to go in the second quarter. They got plenty of time. They've got a couple timeouts, and they're going to get the ball at half. Let's see if they can't get themselves up by 2 scores and get the ball at halftime. It's a big drive here for Muscatine defensively and Assumption offensively.
You know, one of the drawbacks everybody talks about this every year. It's hard to tell how good the MAC is because they only play themselves. They don't play Dubuque, Iowa City, or Cedar Rapids.
Jake hands out first man through. Bradley Grothis, nothing doing.
Grothis, the ball carrier. Gabella the first to hit him.
No, they don't play teams outside the conference, but I think this is going to be I think it's going to be a real good season for the MAC in the tournament. I'd like to see, I think I'm going to see Pleasant Valley and Bettendorf and North Scott definitely all win at least a game or two in the tournament. And even this Assumption team, if they can get healthy, it's going to be, nobody's really going to want to play anybody for the MAC. Muscatine's got an offense that nobody's going to want to play. So it could be pretty interesting come tournament time. Jake's pass is going to be another first down.
It's a first down.
Gain of 11 and a nice first down.
Well, you know, and as we see it, it looks that way. But remember, 2 years ago, Bettendorf was undefeated, and they played a 4-5, 5-14 from the Mississippi Valley Conference, and they got beat in the first game. In fact, all of the MAC lost except for 2 teams that played each other. So you just never know.
Mum on the carry picks up a yard.
Gain of 2 on the play.
2nd and 8, so this is a good opportunity for Muscatine's defense. Try to get the ball back before half, close this gap that Assumption has on them, 4 points. Again, Assumption's going to get the ball at halftime, less than 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Jake rolls around in, drops back to pass. Ooh! That one's going to fall incomplete.
Pass incomplete, intended for 2.
Number 44, Chris Triber in hot pursuit of Gervais. Forced an errant throw from the sophomore. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 8, so this is a tough position here for Wade King's offense. Big play. Big play with 5:48 to go in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, Mum and Kilfoy to the bottom side of the screen. Jake's going to take off with it. He's got some room. He's going to pick up a first down and then some. He's across midfield, just across midfield, all the way to the 49. Nice 19-yard pickup on that play, and that's going to be another Assumption Night first down. That was a big play for Jake. Nice pickup there on that 3rd and long. Like what they did there, they spread the offense out, made that Muscatine defense spread out as well, and they looked as if they were passing, dropped back, took off running, and Jake's got some wheels on him, and he picked up another first down 19 yards later, across midfield. I formation again from Assumption, Mum on the carry. Minimal yardage on that first down run.
Mum the ball carrier. McConaughey on the stop.
Gonna be a 2nd and 9. Less than 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Appreciate the cooperation from Wade King and the athletic department from Assumption High School for allowing us to bring you tonight's game. Shebler's in motion, hands out to Mum, falls forward for 3, gonna be a 3rd and 5.
Greg Kulik on the stop. 3rd down 6.
Kilfoy came out for a play. He's going back in.
Bringing on the play. He hasn't touched the ball too many times on the offensive side of the ball.
Timeout Knights.
Timeout Assumption. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. Assumption 14, Muscatine 10. 14-10's our score. We got a 3rd and short 6.
They're down at 6 for the Knights.
Gervais rolls around, drops back to pass. Looks for Lammers, that one's intercepted. Nice play by Logan Brady. So that's Assumption's first turnover of this first half. Yeah, they turned it over, but that wasn't really that bad of a play. They're going to start inside their own 30. Assumption was probably going to have to punt the ball away anyways, so Jake tried to make a play. Didn't happen.
See that defensive player in front of, he just zoned in on his own color.
The senior sink back into the game. He's going to take off with it. Got some room on that left side. Picks up about 7-8 yards. Going to be 9. Falls forward real close to the first down.
Mathis on the stop.
Timeout on the field.
They're going to measure for a first down, or do we have somebody hurt?
I think they're going to take a measurement.
A little of both. 77 got up kind of slow for an Assumption.
It's a shoe malfunction.
First down.
And it is another first down for Muscatine. So they got 4:01, 2 timeouts, plenty of time with this fast break offense. The full moon is out, might be a wild second half. It's 14-10 now. Assumption's going to get the ball at halftime and see if Muscatine can't get some points here before the end of the half. Lloyd's in motion, ball's loose.
Ball on the play.
Muscatine had a man in motion, went off his knee on the snap. Don't think they were supposed to snap it. Yeah, they got lucky on that
Hit
one.
him right on the shins.
2nd and 10. Ball again at their own 39-yard line. Kilfoy, the only deep man back for Assumption, and he even comes up to the last strand. Everybody's within 5 yards now. Bowling met in the backfield. Falls forward for maybe a half a yard. So it's going to be a 3rd and 9.
John Easler in there. 3rd down and 9.
They're back to the line of scrimmage. Sink has the play call, 2:55 to go. Lloyd's the only receiver to the top side of the screen. Let's see if they don't go after him. He's got one-on-one coverage. And they are going to go at him. That one's intercepted by Kilfoy, and he's off to the races. He's going to get in from 45 yards out. Big play by Tim Kilfoy. Just as I said it, Assumption thrives on that defense against the pass game, and Assumption's Tim Kilfoy, Mr. All-Everything, makes them pay. Big play by this Assumption defense. That's the 3rd turnover from Muscatine in this first half.
That was a great read by Kilfoy. I think he had that all the way. He actually looked like he was the receiver.
So again, off the extra points, Cole Clemens. Nice play by Tim Kilfoy. You almost kind of thought they were going to go with Tyler Lloyd. He had one-on-one coverage, and Kilfoy just kind of baited him. Went over there and picked it off. 45 yards later, comes away with the touchdown. Nice play by the senior, Tim Kilfoy. Snaps off, holds down. The kick nearly blocked, but it's good. And with 2:33 to go in the second quarter, Assumption nice. 21, Muscatine 10.
Cole Clemens to kick off for the Knights.
Assumption out 21-10, 2:33 to go. Tim Kilfoy does it again, comes up with a big interception when Assumption needed it most. That one's deep, gonna get into the end zone. And Muscatine's gonna get started at their own 20. Again, early on, I knew the Muscatine was gonna have a hard time pass ball all over the field with Tim Kilfoy back there on patrol. Comes up with that big interception. 45 yards later, he comes up with a touchdown. Nice play. He's all over the field tonight. And I don't think anybody in Class 4A wants to see Tim Kilfoy healthy, because he makes Assumption a very dangerous team.
They have trips right.
Crow
looking left.
gets it out to Bowling. Breaks a tackle. He's got some room. He's all the way to the 40 and then some. All the way to the 44. So Muscatine There's a player down for Assumption. It looks like it's Trey Anderson.
Gain of 25 on the play. First and 10
So they're
Muskies.
back rolling again on offense. 2:24 to go. Muscatine's got to score here before the end of the half. They've got 2:24 and 2 timeouts, but they don't want to get more. They don't want to be down 2 scores with Assumption getting the ball at halftime. Crow again, that pistol formation, trips to the bottom side of the screen.
I think that's going to be on Muscatine.
Yeah, I think it's a procedure penalty on Muscatine.
Against the Muskies.
Muscatine's kind of struggling tonight. They do have 10 points for a team that's averaging 38 a game. In their first 7, they have 3 turnovers and 6 penalties in this first half. Tanner Bowling going to fall forward, picks up 4.
Pulling the ball carrier. Gilfoy under the pile.
1:50 to go in the second. Lloyd on the reception. Gonna pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Again, nice play by Gilfoy.
By Mom, Anderson, and Gilfoy.
That was good heads-up play by the Assumption defense.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
1:20 to go in the second. That one caught the flat. Short of the first. Going to be a 4th and 1. That play was to Luke Ronbuehler. Looks like Muskatine's going to go for it. They almost need to now. They got a minute left. 4th and 1. Crow under center. There's a timeout, Muscatine. We got 58 seconds to go in the second.
I think they were lucky they called the timeout because I think they were going to be stopped.
Yeah. 21-10's the score. 4th and 1. 21-10's the score. 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. Muscatine driving again, trying to get some points before the half. Crow in that pistol formation now. Oh my gosh, that's got to be stopped. Brady comes over the reception, but went to a knee.
Take over.
Gosh, I'm really surprised they didn't just fall forward for the yard and pick up the first and get going with a new set of downs. Now the score 21-10. Assumption does have 2 timeouts. Don't want to hurt yourself though. I know you are around midfield, but you're up 2 scores and you do get the ball at halftime. That one's gonna be a procedure penalty against Assumption.
Legal procedure against the Knights.
No, I don't think Assumption really wants to make any mistakes here. Maybe they'll just run a play and then take 2 knees or a knee.
No, you can't blame Coach King for sitting on here. Can't just trying to win a game. Picks up a few yards. Clock's running. Yeah, they're up 21-10. They forced 3 turnovers in this first half, and they're going to get the ball at halftime. So I don't think taking the air of the ball here before half is that bad of a deal. And that's what Assumption is doing. We got less than 30 seconds to go until halftime. Second and 12. Mom on the carry. Picks up a few yards outside, and that's probably going to be the last play of the half. Clock's ticking down, less than 5. And after 1 half is in the books. It was an exciting one, capped by Tim Kilfoy's 45-yard touchdown interception for a touchdown. After 1 half's in the books. Again, Assumption 21, Muscatine 10. Second half just about to get underway. 21-10's our score. Assumption Knights ahead. They got on the board early from courtesy of a turnover by the Muscatine. They scored 2 plays later after the fumble. Zach Mumm from 1 yard out put Assumption up 7-0. Bowling from Muscatine came right back. They got a 32-yard from him, 32-yard run, and they tied it up at 7. Then Mumm got another touchdown. Oh, that was a short kick. That one's received by Gould. Gets all the way out to the 41-yard line. Nice play by Colin Gould. That was a tough kick to receive there. Kicked it straight up almost. Again, and it was 14-7. Then Lloyd got a field goal with 7:10 to go in the second quarter. Make it 14-10, and then after another interception by Tim Kilfoy, went 43 yards for a touchdown and expanded the lead to 21-10 after the extra point from Cole Clements. Assumption Knights offense back on the field trying to get some more distance.
I think the kicker actually kicked the tee.
Yeah, he did. He kicked the tee, then he kicked the pop-up. Mumm in motion. He's going to get the ball. Can't get really anything going on that first down carry. Gonna fall forward for maybe a yard.
Zachary Bartling hit him from behind.
There's a big drive defensively here for Muscatine. They don't want to get it down any more than they already are. Being down 2 scores now, don't want to get down any more than that to the Assumption. Assumption's forced 3 turnovers in the first half, and Muscatine was pretty much out of sync that whole first half. They had 6 penalties. A lot of them were tougher ones, like procedure penalties and encroachment. They had a hard time.
Brought down by Tanner Bowling.
Hard time hearing the signal caller in that first half. It's going to be third and about 7 yards at the 44-yard line. Last time Assumption had a 3rd and long, they came out in a shotgun formation. Looked like they're going to pass the ball, and then Gervas ended up running with it, but they're lined up to run. Gervas rolls around their head, fakes the pass to Mumm. He's going to be taken down to the line of scrimmage. That's going to lose 2 yards. And Assumption's going to have to punt the ball away after their first possession in the second half.
Fourth down.
And the quarterback thought he had an opening, but it closed real fast.
That was a good stand there for Muscatine, deep for the Muskies. That's number 2, Drake Kulik. He picks it up at his own 24, out of bounds there. And that's where Muscatine's going to get started with 10:07 to go in this third quarter.
First and 10 Muskies from their own 25.
First and 10.
Once again, trips right. Last time I did that, faked right, went left.
Pistol formation. Crow into the game, hands off out the middle, Tanner Bowling. Second and 9. Crow drops back pass. Got some pressure from that Assumption defense. Scrambles, ends up picking up 3 yards. Going to set up a 3rd and 6.
Bring up 3rd and 5.
So it's a 3rd and 5 now for Muscatine. Crow pitches one out to Lloyd. He's got some room around the end. Assumption wraps him up. Nice play defensively there. Stretched him out.
Anderson and Shetler on the stop. 4th down.
Good play to maintain, for the defense to maintain, to keep him inside. Everybody kept their lanes.
That was a nice play there from that Assumption defense. Kilfoy and John LaGrange deep For Assumption, punting the ball is going to be Tyler Lloyd from Muscatine. So another big stand there from that Assumption defense. Lloyd's punts off, and it's a good one. Actually going to go out of bounds. And Assumption's going to get started at their own.
He's still walking.
47. That was a good punt too. He just happened to kick it out of bounds. So Assumption, they've got it. They're riding a 2-game losing streak. They started season 5-0, lost 2 in a row. Taking on Muscatine here Thursday night, week 8. This is a big game for Assumption. Be nice to come away with a win. Kilfoy around the end. Tries to break loose. Breaks that first tackle. Gonna fall forward for maybe a yard pickup. Not much going on that end around.
Well, we know what Assumption is capable of. Anytime you hold Bettendorf to 5 points, you're doing a really good job defensively.
Yeah, they struggled early on against this Muscatine offense back when Austin Sink was under center, and now they've went away from that and gone to John Crow a little more here in the last couple quarters, and they've had a hard time putting any points on the board. That one's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Yeah, that Bettendorf team, Muscatine, end of the season, pretty tough for. They had to go against Pleasant Valley last week, got beat 52-13 at home, losing tonight 21-10 to Assumption, and next week they get Bettendorf. It's a pretty tough way for Muscatine to end the season. They were 5-1 going into this last 3-game stretch. It's gonna be hard to beat Bettendorf over at Tuville Stadium. Gervais rolls around the end. Looks to pass, gets rid of it, but that one's short, incomplete. Now Assumption's gonna have to punt the ball away again.
Passing completed, 10 for Cole Clemens, bring up 4th down.
Well, even if he would have completed that, that wasn't going to be a first down, and the receiver was probably going to have to go down to catch it.
Travis Talbot on to punt. Takes an Assumption bounce all the way to the 7-yard line. Nice punt by Talbot.
At the 7-yard line. Kick of 44 yards.
.735 to go in this 3rd quarter. Again, Crow's the quarterback. Bowling on the carry, picks up a few yards. Really surprised they're not going with
Alex Mathis on the side.
Austin Sink. The offense hasn't been really fluid with this Crow in the backfield as quarterback. .705 to go, 3rd quarter. Crow looks to pass, can't get it off. Gonna take off running with it. Gets to the 15, all the way to the about 19-yard line. Gonna be close to a first down.
Joe Bush on the stop for the Knights.
Looks like he did. He falls for it for the first. Hands off to Bowling. Minimal yardage up the middle.
Luke Powers the first to hit.
This game is really slowed down. It's 14-7 with 9:40 to go in the first quarter. Only touchdown since then was an interception return from Tim Kilfoy. Both defenses starting to pick up, play a little tougher here now in this second half. Crow hands out to Bowling, picks up a couple, so it's still going to be a 3rd and long, about a 3rd and 6. They'll be under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter by the time they snap it. Tyler Lloyd to the bottom side of the screen. In shotgun formation from the Muskies. Flag is down. Gets rid of it. That one's out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
There's a flag down. I'm not sure if that doesn't.
Another one just come in.
I'm not sure if that's not a personal foul against Assumption. There's 2 flags down on the field. Procedure against Muscatine. And intentional grounding. So Muscatine's gonna have to punt it away.
That'll be 4th down.
Back them up 10, lost it down. 5:47 to go, 4th and 16. They're at their own 13-yard line now. Tyler Lloyd kicking from his own end zone. And Kilfoy is deep for Assumption. There's a flag down. Kilfoy comes away with the ball. Ball's loose now. He's at his own 40. Can't break free.
I think that penalty might be on Muscatine. There was a late player coming in.
No flag on them. They're going to wave the flag off, so that's where Assumption's going to start, their own 46-yard line.
Flag has been waved off.
With both offenses slowing down here in the second half, if Assumption can come up with some kind of points here in this on this drive, they might have enough points for the win. See if they can't get something going. Haven't been really fluid on offense since the first quarter.
They're picking it up.
First and 10, balls at the own 46.
First and 10 Knights. Their own 46.
First and 10 Assumption, shotgun formation. Single receiver to the bottom side of the screen, that's Cole Clements. Hand off to Mum. Picks up good yardage on that right side, falls forward for about a 7-yard run.
Zach Clements on the stop. Gain of 7 on the play.
That first half, Assumption, first quarter, Assumption was really strong with the ground game. We've kind of gone away with that since then, but see if they can't do more of the same here in the second half. Gervais follows his blocker, nice play, picks up the first and then some.
Gervais on the keeper. Gain of 5 and a first down.
Colin Gould in with the play. It's shotgun formation, 1st and 10, ball at the 42-yard line of Muscatine. Mom on the carry.
Bum the ball carry.
Maybe a yard, probably not.
Max Weber on the stop.
Score is still 21-10. Assumption ahead here in the 3rd quarter. We're under 4 minutes now. High formation from the Knights. Handoff goes the first man through. The fullback, Alex Mathis,
up the middle.
gets his first carry of the night. Going to fall forward for about 4 yards. Going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Third down and 5.
And once again, I want to thank Wade King, Assumption staff, for allowing us to do this game tonight. They've cooperated with us as well as anybody in the conference this year. We appreciate that.
Mom can't get anything going on that 3rd down carry. Third down carry, maybe a half a yard. Going to be a 3rd down carry, only going for, didn't go for anything. So it's going to be 4th down now. See if Assumption doesn't bring back out the punt team. I don't know if you want to give this Muscatine offense any better field position than you need to.
They're down to 10 seconds here.
Down to 5. Up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Nice play. See if it doesn't get a good bounce from. It does. Gonna fall out dead at the 12-yard line. And with 2:29 to go in the 3rd, that's where Muscatine's gonna take over.
Yeah, that's a little play out of Bettendorf's playbook. A lot of times, if they have long yardage on 3rd or sometimes short yardage on 4th, they don't set up in the regular punt formation. They just quick kick it.
Again, the junior Crow sets up shotgun formation, looks to throw, finds his man Austin Sink.
Pass complete to Austin Sink.
Muscatine needs to get some points with both teams struggling offensively. Muscatine can get something going here.
Nick Georgian on the stop.
And try to make Assumption work on defense. It could really be an exciting 4th quarter. See if they can't get something going. We got 2:05 to go in the 3rd. And John Crow, the junior quarterback, pistol formation, drops back to pass, finds his man. That's Logan Brady on the reception.
Pat Smith on the stop. 3rd down and 2.
You know, Brian, I'm watching the clock, and as soon as most of the time when the official blows the whistle, they're only taking 3 or 4 seconds. Of course, as soon as I say that, this is the longest amount of time they've taken.
Yeah, they're going under 10. 3rd and 3. Tanner Bowling on the carry, picks up the 1st down and then some, all the way to the 45-yard line.
Devos and Bush on the stop.
Crow rolls around in, looks to pass, can't find his man, Logan Brady.
Passing complete, intended for Logan Brady.
That pass was a wounded duck,
Yeah.
Brian. That thing was, it was wobbling all over the place.
Well, he's right-handed, rolled to his left. Tough play to make. They're in motion. Crow hands off again to Bowling. Looks as if he's going to be real close to another first down. He's going to fall forward again for another first down, and they're into Assumption Knight territory. Driving away all the way down to the 45 now. Actually, the 44. Muscatine starting to click here on offense. Crow hands off to Bowling. He's got some room again, picks up 5 yards. Now they're really starting to go now. 45 seconds. Fast break offense in motion. Bowling on the carry. Maybe a yard. Nice play by number 30, Nick Georgian.
Carlin and Georgian on the stop. Third down.
3rd and 5. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. Probably 4 down territory for the Muskies. Looks to pass. Can't find anybody. Taken out for a sack. Nice play by that Assumption defense. Big play. We got less than 10 seconds to go. See if they don't take it. Just going to take this one to the 4th. And it looks as if they are. After 3 quarters in the books, score remains the same. Assumption 21, Muscatine 10.
Into the 3rd quarter, Assumption 21, Muscatine.
Real quick for the 4th quarter is botching it away. Family Ties would like to thank some of their sponsors, the Hair Hut of Eldridge, April Russ, and her talented staff of hairstylists. So waiting to give you the style you want. Call 563-285-4423 to set up your appointment today. 4th and 9 for the Muskies. First play of the 4th quarter. John Crow and this Muscatine offense starting to run out of opportunities here. Jeff's Car, corner of Davenport, located at 4th and Division Streets in Davenport, and named the Quad City Reader's Choice one of our best used car dealership in 2009 and 2010. Referee got whistle happy. Thought about throwing a flag, waved it off. Lloyd, the lone receiver here to the bottom side of the screen, favorite man for Crow. And that's which way he looks. He throws it up. And it's caught. What a play by Tyler Lloyd.
Tyler Lloyd on the reception.
Amazing reception by Tyler Lloyd, the junior receiver for Muscatine. Comes up with the biggest reception of the night. And let's see if that doesn't build a little momentum here for Muscatine in the start to 4th quarter. John Crow hands off to Bowling. He's got some room. He's inside the 20. Going to fall forward real close to another first down for Muscatine. That was the 10th play of the drive. Drive that started with about 2:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. So let's see if Muscatine can't pull within a score now. They've stalled a couple times in Muscatine territory with turnovers. Tanner Bowling, another carry, picks up 5.
Bowling up the middle, run down by Georgian, Nick Georgian.
That play could turn out to be the play of the game that turns the momentum. We'll have to see.
And that 4th and 9, 20-yard pickup on the play. Crow finds his man Sink. He's got some room. He breaks it inside. Falls forward to the 5.
Sink on the reception. Carlin on the stop.
2nd and 4. Bowling on the carry. Picks up probably 3. Third and 2. Not sure if this isn't 4 down territory. You want to get some points with a touchdown. Now it'd be crucial for Muscatine. Pistol formation. Crow runs a little option. He's got some room. Falls forward to the 1. Actually, he's in for the touchdown with 10:20 to go in the 4th quarter. I think he broke the line before he turned it over. Assumption fans not happy with the call, but he did break the line. The imaginary line of the end zones is, and he gets in for the touchdown. That's a big play with 10:20 to go.
I don't know. I'd have to go look and review that, but I got to tell you, it was very close for him to be getting hit and losing the ball right before he went over.
Muscatine goes for 2. Crow rolls to his right. He's got Lloyd in the flat. can't find him, and it's not going to get him any more points. But with 10:20 to go, Muscatine pulls a little closer, and it's now 21-16. 10:20 left in the game in the fourth quarter. Kilfoy deep for Assumption. Plenty of time for both teams to make something happen. That kick is deep. Kilfoy gonna get the return. He's inside his own 5, takes off with it, gets it out of the 15 to 20, falls forward to the 26. Kilfoy always a dangerous return man for Assumption.
Well, now it gets interesting with 10:13 to go in the game.
Kilfoy on the carry, nothing doing. Loss of about 5 yards on the play.
That was a counter or kind of reverse or whatever you want to call it, and Kilfoy got caught behind the line.
We got 9:48 now. It's a 2nd and 14. Muscatine's defense has been real strong. They haven't given up a point to this Assumption offense. It's 9:40 to go in the first quarter. They did give up 7 points on the interception return, but Muscatine's defense is getting real strong here in the last 3 quarters of the ball game. Jake Gervais looks to pass. He's got a man. He takes off running, maybe picks up 4 yards, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
They're down to 10.
Less than 9 minutes to go. Third and 10. Big play for the Assumption offense here. Shotgun formation for the Knights. Jake Gervais looks to throw. Looks to go deep. Looks for his man Mom. That one's incomplete. And Assumption is going to be forced to punt it away.
Gervais' pass is incomplete. We got 4th down.
Wow, what a turn of events here, Brian, because of the way Muscatine runs their offense, it doesn't take them very long to move the ball.
No, they wouldn't even need 2 minutes to score any points with the way their offense moves up and down the field. Well, while we got a little break in the action, Jersey Grill and Ricky Sports Bar, both of Davenport. Jersey Grill, where great food, families, and sports come together. And Ricky Sports Bar, winner of numerous Quad Cities Times Reader's Choice Awards, including Best Pizza. Numerous flat screen TVs at both locations to catch all the action throughout the World Series, the 2011 college and NFL football seasons, and much more. North Scott Physical Therapy and Plaza Physical Therapy, Eldridge and Davenport. Stop in to say hello to Kevin Swanson and his staff of fine trainers and physical therapists. Precision Air of Eldridge, offering you industry-leading service and technology for all your climate control and air quality needs. Talbot on to punt for Assumption. Punts off, and it's a good one. Kulik comes away with it. Probably a really good play there. That one can end up rolling another 30 yards and get inside the own 10-yard line. It's a nice play by Kulik. Nobody will probably even really recognize that play, but that one saved Muscatine probably 30 yards. So now this is a big stand here for this Assumption Knight defense, up 21-16, hanging on now, trying to come up with a win against Muscatine. This team is coming on strong here in this fourth quarter. There's a big drive here defensively for Assumption. Pistol formation. Crow, the signal caller, gives it to Tanner Bowling. Big yardage on first down, maybe 9 yards.
Tim Kilfoy to stop.
Second, about half a yard. Crow was synced to the top side of the screen. Uh-oh, Uh-oh, nice defensive play by number 29, Trey Anderson. That's his 3rd sack of the night, coming up big. That was a huge play by Trey. Loss of 5, gonna be 3rd and a long 5 now. See if Coach King's crew can't come up strong here on defense. Game far from being over. This is a big 3rd down opportunity defensively for Assumption's defense. Trey Anderson looking to blitz. Comes in around the end, can't find him. Tanner Bolney comes over the reception, not gonna be enough for the first. So I think Muscatine's gotta be punting this one away. It's 4th and 5. They've got plenty of time. They've got 3 timeouts. Both teams have 3 timeouts. So
big defensive stop if Muscatine is really kicking.
I think they've got to be kicking. They've got their full complement of timeouts. We're at 7 minutes. Kilfoy's up, being aware of the possible fake. Back deep for Assumption is John LaGrange. Lloyd on to kick. He takes off with it. He's got some room.
He doesn't
get it. Big play. Big play by Assumption on special teams. There's a flag down. Might be
face mask.
Might be face mask the way that tackle looked. Legal motion, they're going to be declined. And Assumption's going to take over on downs. Excellent field position. They're going to be all the way at the 41-yard line of Muscatine.
Yeah, that was a big defensive play by Assumption, but with 6:45 to go, they have to take some time off the clock.
Yeah, Assumption's got to, for them, it would be nice if they could kill some clock here on this drive and even come up with some points. That'd be the big thing, if they can get some points on the board and take a few minutes off the clock. Up 21-16, even a field goal would make it an 8-point game, so it wouldn't even be over at that point, but so they got to get something going here on 1st down. I formation, Mum on the carry, falls forward for 4 yards.
Mum the ball carrier.
The Quad City Sports Register, your weekly sports magazine covering the Quad Cities area, from the preps to the local pro scene and local racing too. Contact Chris Maloney at Quad City Sports Register at yahoo.com. Subscribe today, 309-749-5773. And Valent with Travis Rouse of Eldridge. Valent, an agricultural chemical company supplying soybean and corn herbicides and fungicides for weed control and diseases to the American farmer. Contact Travis 563-726-1195. Carry again by Mom. Minimal yardage on that 2nd down carry. So it's now 3rd and it's about 5 yards. They are under 6 minutes to go.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
They need this 3rd down play if they're going to stay on the field here, because Muscatine will be getting a lot of time if they don't.
Mom on the pitch, nearly loses it. Falls forward. Going to be close to another 1st down for Assumption. And if they don't have a first, I'd be going for it with that. They're real close to the 1st down. I think they've got it.
Official timeout for a measurement.
Just guessing, but I think he's got it. I think he's got it by at least half a yard. Big play by Zach Mom. He nearly lost it in the backfield on the pitch. He was able to corral it, and he falls forward for what looks like a 1st down. But here comes the chain gang. And it is another Assumption night 1st down. 1st and 10, just outside the 30-yard line of Muscatine now. Again, this is a Family Ties Productions, and I'm Brian Medina. Bring you a little commentary. Thursday night MAC Conference game. Couple 5-2 teams. Pivotal game as far as playoff seeding goes for both these squads. Jess Medina on camera, as usual. Muscatine, this is a big game. They got a tough one next week against Buttendorf on the road. Under 5 minutes to go now in the 4th quarter.
Assumption, I'm using every bit of that 25 seconds.
They run that one down to 3. Mum on the carry. Picks up big yardage again on that run. Picks up about 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
So now they're inside the 25-yard line, and they're chewing up the clock now here in this fourth quarter. Gould to the top side of the screen. I formation again from Assumption. Zach Baum on the carry. Picks up a couple. Again, going to be really close to another Assumption night first down.
Kulik on the stop. 3rd down and 1.
At a minimum, they have to get at least 3, because that at least would, if something should happen, get them in the overtime.
Muscatine does have 3 timeouts, but if they pick up a first down here, Muscatine's not going to have very much time left if they should get the ball back even.
Oh,
they stop them. Big stand there from the Muscatine defense. Let's see if Assumption doesn't go for it anyways.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that you go for it unless you're real confident in your field goal kicker.
It's 4th and half a yard. Big play here for the Muscatine defense.
I think you ever give it to the 43 or quarterback follows 43.
Kilfoy, the deep man, power eye. He's going to get the ball. He follows for the first. Big play by their senior leader, Tim Kilfoy. Clock's running. 2:50 to go, fourth quarter. 21-16 is the advantage for Assumption. This is a Family Ties Productions MAC Conference Game of the Week. Thursday night match, a pivotal game for both squads. Pair of 5-2 teams, less than 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Gervais under center. That's going to be a false start. That's a tough penalty for Assumption.
Legal procedure against the Knights.
Looked like they worked the kinks out on offense, and then one of the bigger plays of the night, they get a false start, a procedure penalty.
Well, good thing is this. One of 2 things is going to happen. You're either going to use all 4 downs, take as much time off the clock as you can, or maybe you'll try a field goal if you get close enough.
I think if they run it, they're probably going to call another timeout. Probably use their first. Mum on the carry. Picks up maybe a yard. Probably going to be a timeout here for Muscatine, and it is. So they stop the clock just right at 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Going to be 2nd and 14. So you think we're going to probably be able to follow some of the teams in the tournament this year? You think we're going to follow some of the teams in the tournament?
I think we it depends on who plays where, who's going to be home. I would expect Bettendorf is going to be home. North Scott is going to be home. Pleasant Valley,
Assumption. I think all 4 of them probably going to be at home.
I think all of them have a shot at having a home game. Well, the winner of this game definitely has a shot at a home game. Loser could be
probably
up in the
not.
air.
Yeah, Muscatine just ran into a buzzsaw. They got the last 3 games, Pleasant Valley, Assumption, and Bettendorf to end the season, so they could go from 5-1 all the way down to 5-4 if they should lose next week and lose this one. But MAC Conference is tough. It's deep. Sitting at 5-4 in the MAC Conference is not that bad if they should end up being that way. 2nd 14 balls at the 23-yard line of Muscatine. Gervais under center, hands out to Mum. He's outside. He's got some room. and he's gonna get in for 6 from 23 yards out. That is the play of the game. Lights out, game over. Zach Mumm from 23 yards out gets the touchdown, and it's the biggest one of the night of his 3. Huge run from Zach Mumm. Muscatine, you had to have think that you were gonna stop him there. You had that long 2nd and 14, and Mumm, he's just been beating on him, and all of a sudden, finally broke free, picks up 23 yards and touchdown, and just like that, this game might be in the books. 1:54 to go, 27-16 is the score. Gould on to hold, Clements on to kick, snaps off, holds down, and the kick is good. 28-16 the score, with 1:54 to go in the 4th quarter. (28-16) is our score. 3 touchdowns, the hat trick from Zach Mumm, the 5'9", 200-pound running back, the senior. Also double duties as a linebacker for the Assumption Knights. This kick is deep from Cole. Lloyd's gonna pick it up at his own 1, takes off with it. He's got some room in the middle of the field, closes in a hurry.
A fumble!
Assumption has the ball back. The 4th turnover of the night for Muscatine. 28-16 is our score. 1:44 to go, and it's over now, boy. Nice win from Assumption here at Brady Street Stadium. Game that when it first started, thought it was going to be a little bit of an offensive shootout. Both teams kind of struggled, and Assumption just gets enough offense, 28-16, to come away with a nice win. There is still 1:44 to go, but with a running back like Zach Mumm, just run right behind that offensive line and see if you can't chew up some clock.
Timeout, Knights.
Well, that was a surprising turn of events there. And actually, the ball must have been stripped, or because it was going forward. Next thing you know, you were back about 5 yards.
Yeah, he got swung around and hit just in the right spot, turned it over, and with a score 28-16, Assumption's gonna have the ball inside the red zone. This game's all but over now. They can try to chew up the clock. This is a real nice win for Assumption. They lost 2 games in a row. We're struggling on offense without senior Derek Fulton, the quarterback. Now Assumption gonna be 6-2. Gonna try to finish the season at 7-2 and get a home playoff game.
6-2.
Well, if they win, should win next week, they'll be 7-2.
For the Muskie 15.
Now, the fumbles have cost Muscatine tonight. There we go.
Run up the middle.
Schultz on the stop. Gain of 8 on the
Muscatine not calling the timeouts.
You know, I think Assumption has played real gutsy tonight. You know, they're using a backup quarterback. I still think that some of their guys are dinged up. That's a real gutsy performance tonight by Assumption.
Mumm on the carry. He's outside. He might get it again. And he does.
touchdown, Knights.
Touchdown. They tack it on. Gets his 4th touchdown of the night. Well, Assumption made him pay on the turnovers. They got 4 turnovers from Muscatine and scored 21 points because of it.
Cole Clements on for the point after.
Clements on for the kick.
Look at it, that's the game.
Yeah, that's the game. 35-16 the score. You take them 21 away. You got a different story. Snaps off, holds down, and the kick is up and good. 35-16 is our score with a minute to go.
16-16.
35-16 is our score. Again, Assumption is definitely going to improve to 6-2 now. They got Davenport North next week, so they should improve to 7-2 and should get them a home playoff game. Tyler Lloyd going to return it again. Fumbled last time. Gets this one out to about the 20. Hangs on to it this time. There's less than a minute to go. 35-16 is our score. So less than a minute. Who's your player of the game for tonight?
You know, I think I would say a three-way tie. Quarterback, because he came back from last week, did some time with the first guys. Number 43, and then Kilfoy on the touchdown return interception.
Crow gets this one out to his man, the receiver number 1.
But that's just me. What?
Logan Brady. No, and that's those are probably all 3 legitimate players of the game. Jake Gervais, really, I mean, they only scored 3 points last week against North Scott here at Brady Street Stadium.
For the MAC Conference with 16 and 1 away from the state record.
And now it's Tim Kilfoy just broke the MAC Conference record for interceptions for a career, 1 away from the all-time state record in the state of Iowa. But again, Jake, he had a real strong game tonight. Passed ball all over the field really well. He had that 1 turnover, but you know, it wasn't really that bad. Didn't hurt Assumption that much. Yeah, and then he ran the ball, picked up a couple real big first downs with his legs. So hey, he had a real nice game. I'm really impressed with Jake. He responded nicely. Had a chance to work with the first team offense all week. He's just a sophomore. I know the Assumption like to see Derek Fulton back next week, but yeah, he had to get the balls loose again. Looks like Crow was going to fall on it. We got less than 20 seconds.
And once again, it was something that hit his shin.
Yeah.
Like he had his head turned when the ball was snapped.
Less than 15. And again, Zach Mumm, 4 touchdowns. Didn't do it himself. The offensive line was crucial in providing the space for him to run. But yeah, that's going to be the game. After 4 quarters in the books, Assumption Knights are going to improve to 6-2 in a very pivotal game as far as seeding and the playoffs go for Assumption. They're going to improve to 6-2. Got a game next week against Davenport North, and have an opportunity to go to 7-2.
So tomorrow we'll be at North Scott, the Burlington North Scott game, and if Assumption happens to play here again next Thursday, we could be here again next Thursday.
Yeah, again, this Family Ties Productions. I'm Brian Medina again. Thanks for tuning in. Again, appreciate the cooperation of Coach Wade King. Again, Coach Wade King, nice win tonight. 35-16 the score. 4 touchdowns from Zach Mumm. Nice interception return from Tim Kilfoy. And a strong quarterback play from Jake Gervais, providing the victory. Enough points for Assumption coming with a nice win. 35-16. Again, I'm Brian Medina, and this is Family Ties Productions. Thank you and good night.